Y'all, did you know that we have a bag now? In my shop, there are blank canvas bags ready for you to ink on, okay? And they have pockets. These bags are huge too. I took mine with me the last time whenever we went to the beach a couple weeks ago over Labor Day, and absolutely love it. It fit all of my junk in it, which is shocking because I have a bunch of junk that I carry around with me everywhere faithfully. So here's what we want to do, okay? As you can see, let me show you. I got a bunch of new Posca pens. Joann's was having a sale on Posca pens. And I bought all of them. All the ones that were on sale because it was all of them, okay? I had to have them. So we're going to use the club tonight, and we're going to try out something with Posca pens on this bag. Plus, I have an extra little special design. I want to show you how to make your own coloring pages, okay? So let me just make sure that's straight on here. This bag's I have it a little cockeyed. So I did pull the bottom out of it, like out towards me, so that I didn't have anything underneath. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna move this actually. So that's my heat pad. I'm gonna put that underneath it before we heat set here in a minute. But I do want, hi Melanie. Okay. Let's see. Let me put a piece of parchment in the middle of this, okay? I don't think it'll bleed through, but, you know, just in case. You can't be too safe, right? All right. Now, press it down really, really well. Make sure that you have it all nice and sealed up, okay? Isn't sale a nice four-letter word? And it was a good one, too. I don't know if all that stuff is still on sale, but you should definitely go check out Joann's. If you're looking for paint pens, y'all, Posca paint pens are the freaking best. They are legit the best. I don't know if I want to use this ink. It's a little bit thick. So let me see. I have a bunch in here, so in my little thing. Hi, Cheryl. How are you, love? Okay. That one's empty. I don't know why it's even in here. Honestly, I don't know. I packed my craft room in a hurry when I moved, and my mom unpacked it for me, and I can see that I didn't check any of my inks, and it's obvious to me that I should have now, but here we go. This is better. I don't know what's going on with that one. It's very thick also. All right, so just a little bit of ink goes a long way. We are going to go ahead and heat set this, but you do not have to have a heat press, okay? Don't let not owning a heat press discourage you from doing an ink project, okay? Because you can use an iron, just a regular iron, so you're going to want to let your project sit overnight, so 24 hours, okay? And just air dry. And then the next day you can come back with a hot, medium hot iron, like on medium high, and heat set it, and then it'll be good to go, okay? So you don't have to have a heat press, and don't think that you have to go out and buy an expensive heat press anyways. There are cheap options on Amazon. They've got them for like 20, 30 bucks. You can buy even one of those small ones. You don't have to have a big one. Mine is only a 9x9. It's not a huge one. And it's not one of those fancy shirt presses, although I would love to have one of those, but what am I going to use that for? I don't make shirts that often. So, you know, I don't know why. I think about these things like, ooh, I would love to have one of those, but why do I need that? I don't know why. I honestly don't, but I don't know why I'm like this. I really don't know. So, speaking of spending money, these guys came and knocked on our door earlier and said, hey, we see that you have a bunch of dead trees in your backyard. would you like us to give you an estimate to take him down? And I'm like, I mean, sure, Chris is here. Why don't you talk to him? And so, because we had been talking about the trees that need to come down in our backyard anyways. Y'all, it was 5 o'clock when they got here, okay? They knocked on the door. Chris went out and talked to them, showed them around the backyard. We had 15 trees that needed to come down. How do I have 15 trees in my backyard, y'all? That's what I want to know. And they're big trees, okay? So these guys got to work immediately. And they were hungry, I guess, for some money. So they got out there and they did the thing and took out those trees like nobody's business, okay? One of them, like, monkey crawled up there, tied it off, got, started just going at it, okay? And now my backyard is covered in tree limbs. Luckily, they cut them up for us, but they did leave them so that we could burn them, which is fine. We do like to have a bonfire. And my parents will probably come over and pick up a bunch of the logs. Okay, so now I've got this all covered. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and pick up some of this extra ink because I went way too hot and heavy with my ink here. So let's try to clean that up just a little bit so that it's not outrageously messy all over this transfer. There's no need for all that, but I'm going to just take this and I'm going to wash it with plain water. I don't have another squeegee in here because all of my tools are either dirty or in my travel bag, apparently. So that's a major problem. I'm going to throw this one away because it's kind of dried out, but the one I was using is fine. Okay, and then before I pick this up, I'm going to just wipe my hands off one last time, okay? And so did y'all see the sale that is on my business page? I mean, on my chalk site. They brought back a bunch of retired autumn designs, y'all, and some of the best ones that they've ever had. Like that one that says, "Oh my gourd, I love fall." It's my favorite. And they brought it back. Thank God, because I love that one so much. They're all discounted at 50% off right now. So I'm just going to dry this a tiny bit. I'm not going to dry it a bunch, okay? It's definitely not going to get entirely dry. But I'm going to just do a little bit. And then I'm going to set down my parchment. And I've got my heat press on 250. And we'll do 30. Oh, crap. Y'all, your girl is not thinking about the things here. Okay. So, I'm losing my mind. I'm telling you. My brain is only half working these days. Okay, so now put down your heat press and press it for 30 seconds. And I'm going to do 250. I have noticed that these bags don't like really high heat, okay? Usually I would do 350, but I think that's a little bit high and it discolors it slightly, but that goes away, okay? It doesn't stay that way, but it kind of does discolor it at first, which is a little bit scary whenever you pick it up. And it's like, oh no, this doesn't look the same color, but my other bag that I have that's just like this one is fine. It's not, it didn't permanently affect it at all, okay? It's just like a temporary thing. I don't know. I saw another girl say that she uses peroxide on her bag after she heat sets it, and it takes away that like yellowing color. I don't know if that actually works. But you can comment the word color, COLOR, to get the link to get the stuff that I'm doing, okay? To not only sign up for my club, but also to get this transfer that I just used, but also to get the next project that I'm going to do too, okay? So just want to check it, and 250 seems to work great. So there's my bag. Okay, I just used black ink. Nothing super fancy. Let me just turn that heat press off now. Now I do still have my parchment in the middle, okay? And I'm going to leave it in there for the duration of the rest of this project. But what I want to do is I'm going to try some Posca pens to color this, okay? Now, I got these glitter ones, and I'm really excited about them. So let's try that. And I'm not going to color the whole thing, but like, I'm going to just do some highlights on some of the key parts. Let me get my A color tray out. I have not even used these Posca pens yet, so I need to prime them first. But all you gotta do is just tap the tip and you'll see the paint start coming out. Ooh, that is neat. And you can just color with the Posca paint pens, and these are acrylic paint. And I think it'll be permanent. Now, I'm not gonna do a ton of washing of this bag, but this transfer is just perfect to color it in and to add your own little razzle dazzle, as I like to say, to it. Okay. So this one's a glitter one. It's green glitter, and I'm loving this. Ooh, I'm excited to use these on another project. So yeah, definitely go check out Joann's for paint pens, because these are awesome. And they had all different colors. They had a whole metallic line too, which I got, of course. And they had some others I didn't get. They had a bunch of fine tip ones, and I prefer the medium point for what I use them for. I don't do a lot of fine point stuff. But like, this is perfect. This one is kind of a finer point. And it's perfect for this, okay? Because you don't want a really thick marker point for coloring something like this in, you know? But that is going to work out just fine. I like that a lot. So super easy to do with this month's club. This one is just perfect. And I just love the message here that words matter and to speak kind to yourself, because y'all, we are so hard on ourselves. And I think about it all the time. Like, some of the things that I tell myself, I would absolutely never say to my sister or my daughter. So why the heck am I saying it to myself, you know, or to my mom? I would never. Even if I believe it to be true or whatever, I would never say half the things that I tell myself. Rude, mean, ugly things that I say to myself about my weight, the way I look, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I do it every single day. So why? I don't know why. I know women are programmed that, you know, you're supposed to look a certain way, you're supposed to act a certain way. Well, pooey on that. Just be sweet to yourself and to others, and that's all, okay? All right. This is awesome, and I'm loving the glitter. I'm absolutely digging the glitter. So there's the green, okay? Just did the leaves. And then I pulled out a pink and purple. Of course, ooh, this pink is really nice too. I think I'm gonna start with that one. So again, just gonna kind of prime that ink there just by pushing it a couple times, and you can see the ink start filling. I'm gonna do these little flowers in pink. And of course you can choose any colors you want, but wouldn't this be a great bag for your daughter, yourself, of course, your mom? And I would just love to sit down. Ivy would love this project, to color this. So I think it's a fun one. But anyway, you can comment the word color to get not only the link to sign up for my club, but also for the next project. We're going to do one more thing tonight before I get off of here. Okay? And I have a fun one that I think is also totally kid-friendly and just a really cool one. Plus, like, for teachers, you can pre-make a lot of this stuff. You know, you don't have to have the kids messing with ink or even doing the chalking itself, but you can do it for them and then give them a project to take and color. So whenever you think about little kids, and I know, like, me and Chris's little niece would just, she would love this. Shoot, my niece is 21 and she would probably dig this too, actually, this little coloring project. But every time Addie's at my house, she's always coloring something for me. Okay. Super easy. And these pens are amazing. The glitter ones, if you haven't checked those out, I didn't know that they made glitter ones, and I saw that and I'm like, oh no. There goes my bank account. Okay. Hi Joni, hi Joanne, welcome. Thanks for joining me. So hopefully you guys heard that there's a huge sale going on now through the end of the month of autumn designs on my website. And I think I also noticed that the new colors, like that saffron and the Hey Pumpkin color and the moss, are on sale as well. So check that out. Whenever you comment color, you'll get a link to my website. You can go check it out. Go hook yourself up with some of those retired designs. All right, so there's the pink. I think that looks really nice. This one's a good pink color. I like that. Not really a big pink fan, but I do like that color. Now, of course, purple is my favorite, so we have to do purple on the big flowers. So, and y'all, so my friend Maisie, the one that does the crochet stuff, she's got an Etsy shop now. By the way, I was scrolling on my Facebook feed earlier, and one of her listings is an ad that Etsy's using. I'm like, oh my gosh, I stopped immediately and sent it to her. Like, oh my God, that's so cool. I've never seen anyone I know have an Etsy ad that's actually, like, they use it as their ad on Facebook. Isn't that super cool? It's exciting. I got my thing that she made me, by the way. I need to bring it down and show y'all. I put it up on the shelf in my walkway over there. Dozer was thinking it was his because he loves stuffed animals. So I had to keep it away from him, so I had to put it up higher, else he would definitely get it and think it's his to chew on. But it's just a little stuffed duck, which, you know, if you know me, my last name, my maiden name is Duck. And so anything with the duck on it, I'm with it. I love it. And I saw that she had sent it to me, and I'm like, or she sent me a picture of it, and I'm like, hey, I want that. I don't see it on your Etsy. And she's like, well, because it's not for sale. And I said, well, how much? Give it to me. I want it. And so she did. Anyway, if you haven't checked out my friend Maisie's shop on Etsy, she makes some really cute stuff. It's called Maisie's Magic Circle on Etsy. She's super talented with crochet, which I am just dazzled by that because I can't crochet to save my life. If someone said, like, here's a gun to your head, it's over if you don't crochet this blanket. Like, well, that'd be my last day because I have no idea how to do it. I mean, I do, but I don't. It would look like horrible. Like a knotted mess, really, is what it would turn out to be, but somehow she does it, so. My trouble is counting, because you have to, like, count the rows and all that stuff. I don't know how to do all of that. I can't pay attention. Okay. So, this last flower, and then we're going to be done, and then I have one more thing I want to show y'all, and then we can get out of here, and you can go and enjoy your Friday nights. All right. Oh, I do have, I don't know if these are little flowers or what, but I noticed those little, there's a couple of little ball things. I definitely wanted to have color on them. Okay, so look how cute. Colored in with paint pens, super easy. I'm not going to be washing this too much, but I think it'll probably last through the wash. Okay, so comment color to get the link to sign up for my club so that you can hook yourself up with that transfer. And then let me show you this. So this right here is our chalk suede paper. Okay, it's like cardstock and it's amazing. It's butter soft. Okay, so soft. I am gonna wax this before we do anything with it, but I thought, how cool would it be if you could make your own coloring sheet? Hi, Stephanie. How are you, love? So, I'm going to make this for my niece for next time that our niece is over here. I think she'll love this, but I think this would be so much fun. And you could do any transfer, but, like, there's so many cool little things that you can color in on this transfer, y'all, on this Halloween transfer. And so I thought, oh, that's a perfect idea. Let me see where I can set this. There, that's fine. I am going to fuzz it really well. I did wax before I started, okay? But we are going to fuzz several times because this paper is really, really smooth, but it's going to stick. Isn't it pretty? Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Well, let me show you. Look at this bag that I made. Isn't that cute? And I colored it in with Posca paint pen, Sue. I love it. Super exciting for that. So I love this one's club. It's so pretty. And I need to use it a lot more times before the end of the month. Okay. Now I'm going to just put this in the center, but you could probably even make 2 of these on one sheet, but I'm going to do 1 just to give her a little bit of room around it. Now, make sure that, okay, I don't know, there's, like, I don't know what that was, but there was something stuck underneath there that was causing a big old bubble. I used these Posca paint markers. Isn't that great? That's exciting, huh? I didn't realize I could do that. And then one of my friends did it, and I'm like, oh, I have to do that. I need to do that. And then I thought, well, why can't I make a coloring sheet for my sweet little niece? And this is not, y'all, I'm like the worst right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Let's start at the top, shall we? And then just, that's better. My gosh. I swear, sometimes I have a challenging day ahead of me. Okay, push it down really well, okay? And then I'm just going to use black. Now, you could use any color that you want, but that way it's just black coloring lines. And then she can go in and color it herself with either markers or crayons or, she's not using paint pens in this house, but you know, even colored pencils would probably work great. And I am using a very small amount of paste, okay? I do not want this to bleed at all. So just a little bit. I mean, I'm literally getting some and scraping it off. And then she'll have a fun little Halloween coloring page to do whenever she comes over the next time. So just think, and all of our transfers are reusable. These, the chalk suede paper comes 12 to a package. So you could make all different kinds of coloring sheets. And then you have a whole coloring book that you could have made. So I'm just going to pull that up a little bit. It looks like it's starting to dry. Here we go. I need to hurry. And I'm just using black velvet paste, nothing fancy. And once I pull it up, this is going to be a really cute little coloring sheet for her to use. She'll be lucky if I don't color it in for her before she gets here, and then I'll have to make her another one. I love coloring. Anybody else? I love it. I usually buy, for Christmas, I buy Ivy adult coloring books because she loves to color too. It's just a nice, relaxing thing that she does. Oh no! I got freaking paste at the bottom of this, but I think I might be able to clean that up, actually. So let me see. I have my little, I'm not going to use that one, it's dirty. But I just got me a new baby wipe, and I'm going to test. Basically, it's fine. Okay, so there's my coloring sheet for Halloween. Look how fun that is. Again, you can comment the word color to get all of this. This and the link to get my become my club member, okay? Plus, don't forget about all of the autumn goodies, the retired stuff that came back today that is 50% off right now. Okay? So, check that out. And I love you guys. I hope that y'all had a great Friday and a wonderful week. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Good night.